Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Starring Clark Gregg, Ming-Na Wen, Chloe Bennett, Elizabeth Henstridge, Henry Simmons, Natalia Cordova-Buckley, Jeff Ward.
So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe and all that, and we've been doing absolutely amazing with subscribers lately, and I'm hoping to reach 400 pretty soon, which will be awesome. So thank you very much for watching this video anyway.
This is the last mission together, isn't it? You are too late. The war is over, and you've lost. Get ready!
Now! This is what we were fighting for.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the series finale, next Wednesday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
So there it is, the final promo we will ever have for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The promo is for both episodes 12 and 13, which are called The End is at Hand and What We Are Fighting For, which don't really give us a lot of information on what to expect other than the usual, they're fighting the bad guy stuff, the team feels like they're losing and then they come out on top. That's pretty much all it gives us. But that promo did give us a couple of small insights into what's going on. For one, this shot here looks very reminiscent of Season 3 Episode 13, As Spies Could Buy, which was obviously when Bobby and Hunter left the show. And I've seen a lot of people theorizing this as well. But I don't think this is where the team will depart or separate from each other like Bobby and Hunter did, mainly because this looks like the Crazy Canoe, the S.H.I.E.L.D. bar in New York that we've seen a decent bit of this season so far. This base also wasn't listed on the Chronicom's invasion and destruction of the other facilities, considering the only two bases we saw in North America, I think, was the Hub and the Triskelion. So we know that this base probably is alright, probably wasn't destroyed, and all that sort of stuff. So I have a feeling this is from the beginning of episode 13, or the second part of the final. After the team successfully gets off the Zephyr, they come down to the Crazy Canoe, which is now filled with the remnants of S.H.I.E.L.D., so people who were either not in the main bases they got hit, or people who miraculously survived. I think this mainly because Daisy asking if this is the last mission to Coulson, and also it looks like they're in somewhere very similar to the Crazy Canoe, and also again we can see people standing behind Daisy that we don't recognize, and these people are likely S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. But the weird thing is that this would have to take place after all the space stuff with the Zephyr 1 and co are done, considering that Daisy, Sousa and Mac are on their way up there at the moment. And we know that they make it onto the Zephyr from quite a few shots in the promo, plus some of the preview pictures for next week show Daisy, Gemma and Deke on what looks like a Chronicom ship, which also likely happens before everyone heads back down to Earth. Another thing is that we can clearly see the Chronicom ships using a tractor beam to pull the Zephyr onto their ship, and this is kind of interesting because it could imply a few things, like Nathaniel and his team could immediately have decided to abandon Zephyr 1 once Daisy, Mac and Susan make it to them. Maybe half of them head to Earth while Nathaniel goes to the Chronicom ship, since we know he is on there at some point due to the fight between Daisy and himself, also in the promo. It's also possible that the Chronicoms decide to turn on Malik and co, and begin tractoring Zephyr because Malik and his team have outlived their usefulness, and since S.H.I.E.L.D. is destroyed, Sybil doesn't really have a need for the team anymore, and she doesn't need to team up with humans, so she can finally move on to the final phase of her plan. But the fight between Daisy and Nathaniel is interesting though. Going by everything in the promo and how the Earth stuff looks to happen much later than this, it's entirely possible this fight scene actually happens in the first half of the final, and Nathaniel is maybe defeated quickly, while the second half is just completely centered around Chronicoms and trying to fix or create another timeline. It also looks like the two are fighting inside something or in front of something important. It's entirely possible this is just what Chronicom Decker on their ship looks like, or it could just be the equivalent of their warp or jump drive, but the way it looks just makes it stand out and look more significant to me than anything else in that shot. So I've been thinking about what if this is their time drive or their time machine, and is the device that the team will use to create a new timeline or try and fix this once they defeat the Chronicoms, and then they can deal with all that sort of stuff. But it's strange that both Cora and Garrett are nowhere to be seen in the promo, especially since Cora has quite a lot of plot to wrap up, and there's also nothing to do with Gemma forgetting Fitz, and nothing to do with Fitz himself in the promo, which I'm actually kind of happy about that stuff, because I do kind of want to go into this knowing as little as possible, but I'm happy that we don't know an awful lot going into this so far. I've actually found that S.H.I.E.L.D. promos are fairly good at that. Season 7 episode 8 was kind of the one promo where I felt gave a little bit too much away, but all the other promos for the show have been pretty good at hiding things. They don't really show a lot. They show the basic stuff, and even the stuff they show in the promos are normally stuff that you could have gotten yourself, you could have known yourself just by knowing what the episode's going to be like. So it's good that the show does that. I know that there's been set photos and some plot details have leaked from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s final 2 episodes, so I know that they're all over Twitter, and they also, some of the comments on my last video actually did have some people talking about those leaks. So I'm fine you talking about them in the comments, just please don't just throw the leaks out there. Just maybe put either a huge spoiler warning in front of them, or maybe put a post where you're saying that you're going to talk about them in the replies or something like that, rather than just putting them there where people can see them anymore. I haven't actually looked at the leaks myself, because like I said, I kind of want to go into this as spoiler free as possible, so that if any of the stuff that I say in this video comes true, it'll be completely from my predictions and from the released information rather than any of the leaks. But so please just do be careful when you're talking about them, and try not to get spoiled yourself, because they are everywhere at the moment. I have had to avoid and mute some accounts on Twitter a few times just to make sure I didn't run into them. But I'm really hyped for the final. Are you hyped for it? What do you want to see? What do you not want to see? What are you hoping for? All that sort of stuff. Also, my next video is going to be coming out on Sunday, where I'm going to be doing part 1 of that comic book video, where I'm talking about all of the Marvel Comics characters who appear in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The first part is going to be focused on the main characters and the characters from the MCU who appears in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All of those who exist in the comics. I'll be doing kind of smallish breakdowns for that. So hopefully I'll be premiering that on Sunday, because I've been spending a little bit more time on that than most videos. Then I'm going to try and get part 2, which will be all the other lesser-ish known characters, which will hopefully be coming out next week. And also then my final video before the final itself should be on Tuesday, where I'll be talking about my final predictions and my final hopes before we go into the final episodes. So look out for that. And then obviously my final review will be up next Thursday. And yeah, and then that'll be show over. So please let me know what kind of content you want to see on this channel, considering that the show is over now, or it's almost over, because a lot of you have really shown up this channel just because of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So if there's other kind of stuff you want to see, I'm obviously still going to be doing Marvel and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. videos as much as I can. But considering the show is going to be over, there's not going to be near as much to talk about or near as much content to make. So if there's other TV shows or movies or comic book stuff you want me to talk about, then please let me know. And then please remember to subscribe. Hopefully we can get to 400 soon, which will be amazing. But thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, all of that, and I hope you have an amazing day.